Now, we generally use the word stress when we feel that everything seems to have become too much, we're overloaded, and wonder whether we really can cope with the pressures placed upon us. Now, some stresses get you going and they're actually good for you. I mean, without any stress at all, many say our lives would be boring and would probably feel pointless. But when the stresses undermine both our mental and physical health, that should set off alarm bells. How do you relieve too much stress? Our news feature tonight with Lee Jiwon.
Stress is an inevitable part of life, but it doesn't have to be paralyzing. Although a certain amount of stress is good, as it boosts alertness and cognitive performance to optimal levels, it's harmful in the long term. Stress can cause sleep disorders and weaken the immune system, not to mention the damage to a person's mental faculties by impairing the ability to learn and memorize, which is why it's so important to relieve stress. In a public survey of about 800 people by a Korea-based job matching firm, the preferred way to relieve stress is drinking, followed by exercising and binge eating. But a significant proportion of respondents also said they have no preferred way of relieving their stress.
It's important for people to find their own ways of relieving stress because everyone has different hobbies and interests. Fishing or hiking may be the perfect way of reducing stress for one person, but such activities can actually be stressful for those who like socializing.
For such reasons and more, ways to relieve stress has been diversifying these days, with some even setting new trends. Here, at a resort in Gyeonggi-do Province, workers from a small company have gathered for a 2-day recreational camp. The crew in charge of their activities is a team of MCs and staff members the company has hired.
Our company helps people relieve stress through various activities depending on their occupation. For people who have desk jobs, we provide them with physical activities as a way to help them express their emotions. And for people with jobs that require emotional labor, we provide them with acting therapy.
The business idea is a brainchild of the CEO who used to have camps with friends and family when stress from work was too overwhelming. And one popular activity offered at this camp is music therapy, where each participant learns a new instrument and creates their own melodies with fellow attendees.
Normally, we would be at the office working, but coming here to get some fresh air and spend some quality time with my friends was really nice and stress-relieving.
Another popular way of relieving stress for many Koreans is spending time at a comic book cafe.
This is where I can really do whatever I want without being bothered by anyone. It's a time just for me. I think it's a really effective way of relieving stress.
It's really cozy in here, and I can take a nap, eat snacks, and read books, so I come here often.
Comic book cafes are closely related to the psychological concept of regression, when a person returns to a childlike state to escape the present or cope with stress. At the cafe, people can enjoy comic books just like when they were younger. And while they are not alone, they also don't have to interact with others, giving them psychological boundaries.
But for people who don't want to leave their house, coloring books for adults can be a great way to express inner thoughts and relieve stress. They've become increasingly popular among the Korean population, with sales increasing by over 400% from the year before in 2015.
I feel better as I color the way I want to.
Art therapy makes use of the power of art as a form of psychological expression. It's an accessible medium for people through which they can express their inner selves.
Psychology experts say that as society becomes more individualistic, even more interesting and personal ways of relieving stress will arise in the future. Lee Jiwon, Arirang News.